The Department of Transportation is working to expand access to transportation for people with disabilities.
The $50 million initiative plans to make that a reality by focusing on innovation and technology. Our Gabe LaMonica has the story.
Getting from point A to point B can be the easy part. The real challenge for many disabled persons is all the steps we don't think about. Getting out of the car, onto the curb, through the door at your final destination. And technology is changing all of that.
Turn right. Arrived at destination.
New technology like this WeWalk Smart Cane is helping visually impaired people navigate the world. WeWalk connects to Google Maps and even detects overhead obstacles.
This is going to be a game changer for the whole blind community.
From smart canes,
a large green one that just burst,
to another game changer for some 10 million visually impaired Americans.
Up ahead is the historic Fenway Park Green Monster.
Ira's smart glasses connect to operators who literally see for the blind.
Then you can check who is calling to you.
There's even a smart watch that uses Braille to convey messages.
If you are going to lose your vision at any point in history, this is a good time.
Julianne Lieberman is an assistive technology specialist at TechOwl.
There's a lot more tools out there than there were even 10 years ago. It's a very fast moving environment.
For the deaf and hard of hearing like Tom D'Agostino, there are talk-to-text apps that help those with hearing loss see what people say.
Assistive technology, or just technology in general, it is what works best for you.
For Lieberman, who is legally blind, there are still gaps in the system.
Even if I'd call somebody and they could look through my camera on my phone to read a sign to me, the cellular location may disappear. So that can be a challenge indoor.
Technology is helping to fill in those drop-off points, but there's a long way to go.
You can't get from point A to point B in this country without running into barriers as a person with a disability. It just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen on a short trip, and it doesn't happen on a long trip.
Kelly Buckland is the director of the National Council on Independent Living.
Technology is probably one of the most promising things, and at the same time, I think causes some of the most problems.
To that end, the Transportation Department is awarding $5 million for technology that improves the accessibility of passenger vehicles and more.
By working together, we can help ensure that the dream of a new era of freedom, inclusion, and mobility becomes a reality.
At a recent Access and Mobility for All Summit, Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao announced a $40 million complete trip program over the next 4 years.
Complete trip, at least a seamless and efficient one, really doesn't exist.
Buckland says new technologies like autonomous chairlifts and autonomous vehicles hold great promise if done right.
We have to think about a universal way of addressing all of the different kinds of disability issues and making it accessible.
The technology showcased at this Mobility Summit has the potential to transform the lives of those once dependent on others. Gabe LaMonica, CBN News, Washington, D.C.